Watching Yu Quan retreat, Qing Er couldn't help but quickly rush to Xiao Yan's side. Her eyes were full of concern as she asked, "Xiao Yan, are you all right?" "I'm fine." Xiao Yan waved his hand, signaling that he was unharmed, and smiled. If Yu Quan hadn't retreated just now, there would likely have been a fierce battle. However, Xiao Yan had still underestimated the power of a Douxian. If the force of life and death could be compared to level 1, then the power of Douxian would be level 2. Douxian's strength was indeed more than twice as powerful as the force of life and death. Hee, Xiao Yan, you're truly impressive. Not long after, Qing Wenshu walked over and smiled at Xiao Yan. "Just lucky," Xiao Yan replied, but in his heart, he was already thinking about how to deal with Yu Quan. From their brief encounter, Xiao Yan had realized that this guy hadn't used his full strength. Moreover, Yu Quan's strength was likely more than just early 1-star Douxian. If he were to use his full power, it would definitely be a huge obstacle for Xiao Yan, even at his current peak Dou D level. "Who was that guy just now?" Xiao Yan asked. "Yu family's steward, not low in rank. He is someone the Yu family's elder trusts a great deal," Qing Wenshu replied slowly. "A steward with a decent position. I hope we don't run into him in the Ghost Moon Well, or else," Xiao Yan murmured. Although Yu Quan's Douxian strength was formidable, Xiao Yan's own dual flame powers, his yellow and green flames, were not something his Douxian power could compare to. It was just that the gap in their powers was so vast that it made it seem almost insignificant. The real issue for Xiao Yan was the difference in their overall strength. Something strange, though. Recently, Ghost King City has been busy preparing for an auction. For the safety of the auction items, nearly all the strong experts from various families have been secretly watched, unable to leave the city. But how is it that this guy is still able to come and go freely? Qing Er spoke up. "Pack up, let's go. Since the Yu family is here too, let's take their 2 subordinates with us. They might come in handy later," Qing Wenshu said, looking up at the sky. "Let's go." After a few minutes, the group was ready and they set off deeper into the mountains. "I know that the Ghost King Ridge contains the Ghost Moon Well, but I don't know exactly where it is," Xiao Yan asked as they moved forward. "Hee, Xiao Yan, there's something you don't know. Ghost King Ridge is just the name of the entire mountain range. But the terrain here is very complex and vast, so within this mountain range, there are many hidden treasures. Among them, the Ghost Moon Well is located beneath a place called the Reflection Moon Pool. Reflection Moon Pool, under which lies the Ghost Moon Well." Qing Wenshu smiled. "Reflection Moon Pool," Xiao Yan muttered, clearly unfamiliar with the place. Reflection Moon Pool is quite special. The entire area is filled with poisonous marshes and miasma. A little carelessness, and even a 7-star Dou D would fall into its trap. It's extremely dangerous for us humans. Among them, the Azure Ox Heavenly Wood is the true ruler of the Reflection Moon Pool. The Azure Ox Heavenly Wood itself is a Douxian level entity. Even other Douxian experts of the same level have no way to deal with it. And with the cover of the Reflection Moon Pool, this creature is probably even more terrifying, Qing Wenshu explained. "Looks like this guy isn't going to be easy to handle," Xiao Yan said with a slight nod, but he couldn't help but feel some anticipation for the Azure Ox Heavenly Wood. If he could obtain it, he would have both fire and wood attributes. At that point, with one as offense and the other as defense, it would truly be a transformation. But we don't need to worry too much. The Lei, Qing, and Yu families all have some tricks up their sleeves. We'll definitely have more chances than other treasure hunters. As for the Azure Ox Heavenly Wood, we might need to work together, Qing Wenshu added. "Work together?" Xiao Yan asked, confused. "Xiao Yan, to be honest, we've been to the Reflection Moon Pool before. Unfortunately, after fighting the Azure Ox Heavenly Wood several times, we had to retreat," Qing Wenshu said, his expression darkening. "That thing is that strong?" Xiao Yan asked, nodding slightly. "The Azure Ox Heavenly Wood is indeed strong, but in the Reflection Moon Pool, it has a natural advantage," Qing Wenshu explained. Xiao Yan knew that Qing Wenshu, like him, was at the peak Dou D level, but he couldn't shake the feeling that Qing Wenshu was not someone simple. After their discussion, the group continued toward the Reflection Moon Pool, chatting and laughing along the way, in good spirits. "Damn little beast." Meanwhile, Yu Quan's figure was a little disheveled. Even though he had retreated in the end, the counterattack from Xiao Yan had left him quite shaken. "Steward, are you all right?" Seeing Yu Quan return, Eugene and Yu Yin, who were guarding the camp, rushed over and asked, "Go!" As soon as Qing Wenshu's voice fell, he immediately led Qing Er, Xiao Yan, and the others into the reflection moon pool. Other powerful figures, such as Lei Shi, Yu Quan, and those at the peak of the Do D level, also followed suit. Strange. The moment they entered the reflection moon pool, Xiao Yan felt a mysterious energy stirring inside him, as though something was about to burst forth. This energy was a shade of green, but it wasn't firepower. Instead, it seemed to be a faint wood attribute mixed within Xiao Yan's fire element, as if from his alchemist background. "Brother Xiao Yan, are you all right?" Seeing Xiao Yan in a daze, Qing Wenshu couldn't help but ask. "I'm fine. Though, this reflection moon pool is indeed quite mysterious," Xiao Yan chuckled. "The origin of the reflection moon pool is quite ancient," Qing Wenshu explained. "It's said that the pool was formed when the Azure Ox heavenly wood soul beast underwent its breakthrough to Do Xian and survived a heavenly tribulation. Afterward, this mysterious place came into being. It may seem like the reflection of the moon, but in reality, this place is filled with toxic marshes and many other mysterious and dangerous regions." Qing Wenshu continued. "Enough talking, the three of you. Stop dawdling and move." Seeing Lei Shi, Yu Quan, and the other strong figures from their factions hovering above the water without touching the surface, some of the powerful individuals couldn't help but express their dissatisfaction. Swoosh swoosh. A man's face twisted in impatience. In the next instant, a sharp gust of wind howled as it struck, instantly obliterating the person into nothingness. Whoosh whoosh whoosh. "If you're not interested in treasure, then just leave," Yu Quan immediately reacted, unleashing a powerful strike that killed the individual on the spot. The other onlookers were left with dry throats, shocked by Yu Quan's decisive and ruthless nature. Qing Wenshu and Lei Shi shook their heads upon seeing this. The reason they hadn't acted right away was that they were looking for the Azure Ox Heavenly Woods trace. "I found it," Qing Wenshu's voice echoed softly. "Be careful." Just as Qing Wenshu spoke, a massive water column, flowing with a terrifying torrent, shot toward him. Boom, boom, boom. The water column struck the spot where Qing Wenshu had been standing, but fortunately, Xiao Yan was quick to react, shoving him aside. The water column splashed harmlessly. "Brother Xiao Yan, thank you," Qing Wenshu said, surprised by how close the danger had been. "There's no need for thanks yet," Xiao Yan replied, his gaze fixed intently on the water's surface below. "That beast has appeared," some figures muttered, seeing the immense power of the attack. "Since you all are too afraid to act, let my Yu family take the lead," Yu Quan said, his figure flashing as he shot toward the water surface. His body was surrounded by green Do Qi, rushing toward the water at breakneck speed. "This guy is so impatient," Lei Shi muttered under his breath as he watched Yu Quan's unusual behavior. The Yu family had always been sly and self-serving. If they were this eager to act against the Azure Ox Heavenly Wood, there had to be something there that attracted them. "That bastard, he knows about the Azure Ox Heavenly Wood?" Xiao Yan thought, his heart filled with anger. The Azure Ox Heavenly Wood was essential for him, and if the Yu family took it, it could spell the end of his plans to activate his wood element. "Move." Xiao Yan and Qing Wenshu exchanged a look, then immediately surged forward, catching up with Yu Quan in an instant. Whoosh! As the three families' strong individuals attacked the water surface, the water began to warp under their eyes. Then, an enormous creature appeared, shocking everyone. "It's the Azure Ox Heavenly Wood Soul Beast." Seeing the giant beast, the other strong figures grew solemn. They knew this creature's power had already reached the level of Do Xian, and with the geographical advantage of being in the reflection moon pool, its strength was enhanced beyond measure. The surface of the water split open, creating a massive crack, and within it, the immense form of the Azure Ox Heavenly Wood Soul Beast slowly emerged. The creature resembled a giant bull, with limbs suspended in the air, 2 horns on its head, and a height close to 100 meters. Its body was adorned with intricate, mysterious patterns that glowed faintly, radiating an invisible pressure that weighed down on everyone's hearts. This guy is strong. Just a single glance, and Xiao Yan could tell what a formidable opponent this creature was. The Azure Ox Heavenly Wood Soul Beast was synonymous with raw power, especially here in its own territory, where its combat prowess was nothing short of extraordinary. Fall back, Qing Wanshu instructed the group as he spotted the beast's appearance. Having crossed paths with it before, he knew how terrifyingly powerful it could be. Heh. Qing clan, back again, are you? The beast's massive eyes scanned the figures in the sky before settling on the two from the Qing family. It chuckled with amusement. You beast, Qing Wanshu spat. In his previous encounters at the Reflection Moon Pool, he'd been defeated by this creature time and again. Had it not been for his trump cards, he might have been slain. Meeting it again now, a seething hatred bubbled within him. Qing Wanshu, why torment yourself? Actually, I'm short of a lady of the pool. How about offering your sister to me as a bride? That way, I won't hinder your search for the Ghost Moon well. So, what do you say, Qing Wanshu? The Azure Ox Heavenly Wood Soul Beast grinned as it looked at him, seemingly waiting for his answer. In your dreams. Qing Wanshu glanced at Qing Er, then replied bitterly, his voice brimming with anger. Don't be so ungrateful. The beast seemed unsurprised by Qing Wanshu's response, but replied nonetheless. Enough talk. Attack. In the next moment, Yu Quan took the lead, surging with brilliant green do chi, and charged at the beast. Brother Xiao Yan, please, look after my sister, Qing Wanshu said, then leaped into the fray against the beast. Mere ants, the Azure Ox Heavenly Wood Soul Beast murmured, showing no fear at the sight of the dozens launching their terrifying assault toward it. Thunder Wind Palm. Jade Cutting Finger. 3-point Earth-Splitting Slash. The gathered warriors unleashed a massive offensive, directing all their force toward the beast, whose sheer power would normally force even a Do Xian master to tread cautiously. Roar. As the barrage rained down, the beast stomped the ground hard. Ripples of energy burst outward from beneath its feet, spreading in all directions. Be careful, it's a sonic attack. Guard your minds. Qing Wanshu urgently warned. Too late. The beast wasted no time. The ripples transformed into waves of piercing sound, expanding outward from its body and shattering the oncoming attacks. The energy behind its sonic assault was overwhelming, enough to easily kill even Do-Di experts. Damn it! Qing Er's body trembled midair, clearly rattled by the force, her chest heaving heavily. Moments later, Xiao Yan shielded both himself and Qing Er with his vast soul power, weakening the oppressive effects of the sound waves. Are you all right? Xiao Yan asked, noticing her slightly pale face from the attack. I'm fine, but your soul power is quite something. Qing Er looked at Xiao Yan in awe. As the eldest daughter of the Qing family, she was well versed in these matters. Yet Xiao Yan's barrier had entirely countered the beast's devastating sonic attack, which carried a force strong enough to destroy. Her admiration for him deepened. Are you an alchemist? A moment later, something dawned on her, and her eyes widened as she asked him. More or less, Xiao Yan replied casually, watching the fierce battle raging before them. Stay here and don't move. I'll go help them. Without waiting for her reply, he left her with a few words and headed toward the heart of the fight. This guy, Qing Er murmured, feeling the soul power lingering around her, her gaze shifting subtly as thoughts crossed her mind. Arg! This beast, such a powerful sonic attack. If this goes on, we'll suffer heavy losses. Lei Shi gritted his teeth, struggling against the waves of sound as he spoke. Clearly, they hadn't anticipated that this creature could wield a sonic assault. We can't let this continue. Lei Shi exclaimed as he looked around at his comrades, some bleeding from their noses and mouths, others struggling to remain upright. Yu Quan. Lei Shi shouted loudly. Now, only he could break this attack. I know. Although Yu Quan was treacherous by nature, when facing the Azure Ox Heavenly Wood Soul Beast, he couldn't be sure of victory. He certainly didn't dare let all these strong individuals perish. After all, Yu Quan still hoped to use their power as stepping stones for himself. If they all died, he would most likely fall into the clutches of the Azure Ox, Heavenly Wood Soul Beast as well. A group of ants. The Azure Ox, Heavenly Wood Soul Beast looked at the people in the sky, scattered by its soundwave attack, and couldn't help but let out an extremely pleased laugh. You old fool, you're getting too ahead of yourself. Before the Azure Ox, Heavenly Wood Soul Beast's laughter even faded, a voice filled with a similar shocking mirth slowly resonated beside it. How is this possible? Is that sacred flame? The Azure Ox, Heavenly Wood Soul Beast, shifted its gaze from the figures in the sky to the one standing before it. To its surprise, a man, surrounded by blue-yellow flames, stood less than 5 meters away, staring at it with a mocking smile. It seems you know quite a lot. Xiao Yan was somewhat surprised. Although he possessed both blue and yellow sacred flames, he had deliberately condensed them, so most people wouldn't recognize them as sacred flames. They would only know that it was a stronger fire than usual. Kid, I didn't expect you to possess sacred flames. Russell. Looks like the heavens are truly aiding me. This immortal was troubled about how to pass the first heavenly tribulation, and here you are, delivering yourself to me. Once I devour you and gain the power of the sacred flames, not even the second or third heavenly tribulation will scare me. Ha ha ha. The Azure Ox, Heavenly Wood Soul Beast laughed wildly, its voice rough and terrifying like a cannibal demon. Xiao Yan naturally understood. Normally, magical beasts at the Do Xian level could cultivate into human form or pass through the heavenly tribulation, thus gaining intellect equal to humans. This Azure Ox, Heavenly Wood Soul Beast, however, was likely at Do Xian level but had not yet passed the heavenly tribulation. It had only gained enough intelligence to speak human language. Then let's see if you have the ability. Xiao Yan coldly snorted, pulling down the ancient ruler of heavenly flames from his back. His blue-yellow sacred flame surged into it, clearly preparing to unleash a powerful attack. What's that kid doing? In the sky, Yu Quan, who had been ready to strike, saw Xiao Yan bypass them and approach the Azure Ox, Heavenly Wood Soul Beast. He couldn't help but roar angrily. Although Yu Quan was a wind attribute cultivator, ever since he left Ghost King City to search for the Ghost Moon Well in Ghost King Ridge, his family head had instructed him to bring back the Azure Ox, Heavenly Wood Soul Beast's body intact. While Yu Quan didn't understand why the family head gave such an order, his instincts told him that there was something precious inside the body of the soul beast. That's why he was so determined to capture it. Damn. This cursed soundwave attack. Meanwhile, the other Peak Do D experts were struggling, clearly under immense pressure from the soundwave attack of the Azure Ox, Heavenly Wood Soul Beast. In the next instant, the battle between Xiao Yan and the Azure Ox, Heavenly Wood Soul Beast erupted. Boom, boom, boom. The Azure Ox, Heavenly Wood Soul Beast seized the initiative, leaping forward with its massive form. 2 sturdy bull horns on its head charged directly at Xiao Yan. Good grief. Xiao Yan immediately sensed the beast's intent and said with a slight exhale. He positioned the ancient ruler of heavenly flames in front of his chest, trying to block the attack. Bang, bang, bang. In a single breath, the Azure Ox, Heavenly Wood Soul Beast's horns collided with Xiao Yan's ancient ruler of heavenly flames. This is bad. Its power is too overwhelming. Xiao Yan gripped the ancient ruler of heavenly flames tightly with both hands, and the sacred flame power surged, barely holding back the force of the beast's horns. Kid, don't underestimate me. Seeing that Xiao Yan seemed to be evenly matched with it, the Azure Ox, Heavenly Wood Soul Beast opened its mouth slightly and laughed. Not good. At the moment the Azure Ox, Heavenly Wood Soul Beast spoke, Xiao Yan immediately sensed that something was wrong. The power surging from its horns was growing stronger, and it felt like he couldn't keep up. Die. As soon as the Azure Ox, Heavenly Wood Soul Beast finished speaking, a brilliant silver light suddenly erupted from its horns, and the attack charged forward like a spear. Bang, bang, bang. Despite Xiao Yan's best efforts, using the ancient ruler of heavenly flames and the sacred flame power, he still couldn't withstand the attack. Boom, boom. Under the force of the Azure Ox, Heavenly Wood Soul Beast's horns, Xiao Yan was sent flying. Strange. Could it be that this kid can't use the sacred flame? The Azure Ox Heavenly Wood Soul Beast muttered as it watched Xiao Yan's awkward figure. The Azure Ox Heavenly Wood Soul Beast was currently at the mid-stage of 1-star Do Xian, but Xiao Yan, though at the peak of Do Di, could not be underestimated due to the power of the sacred flame. Even the Azure Ox Heavenly Wood Soul Beast was cautious around him. Forget it. I'll kill this guy first, then worry about that member of the Yu family. He's strong too. The Azure Ox Heavenly Wood Soul Beast decided not to dwell on anything else and spoke slowly. In the next moment, the Azure Ox Heavenly Wood Soul Beast's body flashed with silver light. Despite its massive size, it moved as quickly as a ghost and attacked the spot where Xiao Yan had been knocked back. Its twin horns grew wildly, extending to 10 meters long in an instant. They were infused with silver light, and the tips of the horns gleamed with sharpness, as though capable of killing with a single strike. Kid, you're playing with your life? The Devourer of Souls, within Xiao Yan, couldn't help but speak. However, remembering what had happened with the mystic Three Heavens sacrifice, the Devourer of Souls dared not act carelessly. It remained alert, ready to act at any moment if Xiao Yan's plan failed. Damn! Xiao Yan flew backward, unprepared, and as he saw the Azure Ox Heavenly Wood Soul Beast charging at him, the intensity of its attack made him realize he might not be able to resist. Won't you come out already? Xiao Yan forced a bitter smile as he clearly tried to use suicide as a way to force the Flame Fiend beast to appear. However, it seemed his plan had failed. Sighing softly, Xiao Yan realized that the sharp tips of the Azure Ox Heavenly Wood Soul Beast's horns were now only 3 meters away, and in the next moment, they would obliterate him. Thud. Xiao Yan sensed that this plan had failed. As the sacred flame within him began to surge in an attempt to protect him, something mysterious happened. Boom, boom, boom. The Azure Ox Heavenly Wood Soul Beast's horns directly struck 2 extremely tough crystals. A burst of green and earthy flames swirled around the horns, pushing the beast back. Bastard! What kind of power is this? The Azure Ox Heavenly Wood Soul Beast couldn't help but roar, retreating hastily. Finally, decided to show up, huh? Xiao Yan looked at the 2 crystals, one green and one earthy in color. From them emerged a powerful Flame Fiend beast, stepping through the air. Roar! As soon as the Flame Fiend beast appeared, it opened its mouth and roared at the Azure Ox Heavenly Wood Soul Beast. What is this thing? Below, several powerful figures, who had been blocked by the sonic waves, exchanged puzzled looks. They had assumed Xiao Yan was just a reckless fool, who was about to be destroyed by the Azure Ox Heavenly Wood Soul Beast. Yet, they were surprised to see him summon a small, seemingly harmless monster from nowhere. Though the Flame Fiend beast looked adorable, what help could it provide in a battle of this level? This beast. It carries a familiar aura. Could it be the King of Beasts? The Azure Ox Heavenly Wood Soul Beast's heart was filled with sudden dread upon hearing the Flame Fiend beast's roar. A pressure emanated from deep within, as though coming from a higher power, and a feeling of unease surged within its mind. King of Beasts. What is that? Xiao Yan asked, surprised, as the Flame Fiend beast finally left his Do Chi Si, which he had sealed. Kid, where did this soul beast come from? The Azure Ox Heavenly Wood Soul Beast's face grew serious. Roar! The Flame Fiend beast continued to roar at Xiao Yan, as if rebuking him for sealing the Do Chi Si and preventing it from returning home. Naturally, I acquired it by chance, Xiao Yan said with a slow smile. He was no fool. There was no way he would reveal the true origins of the Flame Fiend beast. I know even if you don't say. It's said that in the 7 realms, there exists a powerful beast king. The King of Beasts is the strongest of all the demon beasts, soul beasts, and monster beasts in the 7 realms, possessing supreme power. The Azure Ox Heavenly Wood Soul Beast said reverently, its voice full of awe. And then? Xiao Yan asked, seemingly intrigued. After the last battle against the extraterrestrial evil clan in the Great Thousand World, the King of Beasts disappeared without a trace. I never expected that today I would see a young King of Beasts again. Truly, heaven is watching over us, sparing our beast clan. The Azure Ox Heavenly Wood Soul Beast said with tears in its eyes. Wait a minute. If it's the king of beasts, why would? Xiao Yan shook his head slowly. The flame fiend beast had been born from his Do Chi Sea and had nearly devoured the Do Chi and even the heavenly flames within it. Do you know what the king of beasts loves to eat the most? The Azure Ox heavenly wood soul beast asked, seemingly sensing Xiao Yan's thoughts. What? Xiao Yan couldn't help but respond, although he had a vague inkling of what the answer might be. The king of beasts usually prefers human Do Chi, especially powerful Do Chi, the Azure Ox heavenly wood soul beast said, emphasizing each word. And it has an even greater fondness for flames. Impossible. Xiao Yan's expression grew strange as he looked at the Azure Ox heavenly wood soul beast, who had revealed all of this. Could it be that his flame fiend beast was truly the king of beasts? Now that the Azure Ox heavenly wood soul beast has mentioned it, I remember something about the previous war between heaven and earth, Xiao Yan murmured to himself. During that battle, Lord Tuasha, ancient emperor, seemed to have vanished alongside the king of beasts, and their relationship was quite close. It is said that in the end, Lord Tuasha burned through the cycle of reincarnation. As for the king of beasts, with Lord Tuasha's strength, it's unlikely that he would have allowed it to fall. Xiao Yan's thoughts were interrupted by the devourer of souls, who spoke up. Could it be? But it's already consumed my Do Chi Sea and the essence of my heavenly flames. What should I do now? Xiao Yan groaned upon hearing this. Heh, little one, you need to think long-term, the devourer of souls chuckled. Who knows, this flame fiend beast might actually be the reincarnation of the king of beasts. Though it has consumed your Do Chi and heavenly flames, its bond with you is quite special. If it truly grows strong in the future, it could become a tremendous asset to you, the devourer of souls said with a smile. A tremendous asset? Xiao Yan asked, surprised. Do you know what the king of beasts really is? The devourer of souls couldn't help but ask. The true king among all beasts, its power is likely far greater than even mine. And this king of beasts is the real deal. Among all the beast races in the 7 realms, except for the dragon clan and a few rare magical beasts, it rules them all. Though this little one is still in its juvenile stage and hasn't grown yet, you should be aware of its potential by now, the devourer of souls finished with a smile. It can't be that terrifying, can it? Xiao Yan felt dizzy after hearing all of this. How could he, without doing anything, end up with such a creature as the king of beasts? This was something Xiao Yan couldn't wrap his head around. Could it be Tuasha, ancient emperor? The flame mantra? These were the only conclusions Xiao Yan could come to at the moment. All right, the king of beasts seems to be entering its next stage. Take it inside. I'll hold off the people here, the Azure Ox heavenly wood soul beast said, looking toward the watchful Yu Quan. Thank you, senior. Xiao Yan nodded, then called the flame fiend beast to follow him. With a swift movement, he headed toward the center of the reflection moon pool. If he could solve his Do Chi Sea problem here, advancing to Do Xian wouldn't be difficult. The most pressing issue was that the flame fiend beast, having previously absorbed the fused power of 2 sacred flames, felt like a furnace inside, and Xiao Yan could sense it was on the verge of exploding. Bastard! Yu Quan roared in anger as he watched the Azure Ox heavenly wood soul beast allow Xiao Yan to leave for the Ghost Moon Well without interference. This guy seems to have reached some sort of agreement with the Azure Ox heavenly wood soul beast. How could it let him go to the Ghost Moon Well? Yu Quan growled. Everyone, unite and kill this soul beast. Yu Quan immediately shouted in fury. Sigh. I didn't expect I would end up preparing a dowry for someone else. Qing Wenshu muttered self-deprecatingly as he watched Xiao Yan leave. Brother. Qing Er approached Qing Wenshu and spoke softly. Opportunities like this are meant for those who are destined for them. Forcing it is futile, Qing Wenshu said with a smile. His tone relaxed despite his obvious longing for the Ghost Moon Well. Since it has come to this, let's go, Qing Wenshu added, casting one last reluctant glance at the Ghost Moon Well. You two seem to carry the aura of that little guy from earlier. What's your relationship with him? The Azure Ox heavenly wood soul beast asked, sensing Xiao Yan's presence on them. We're naturally just brothers and friends, Qing Wenshu replied, already planning to leave. Since that's the case, I'll let you two have some fortune on his behalf. The Azure Ox Heavenly Wood Soul Beast raised one foot sharply and stomped it into the void. In an instant, Qing Er and Qing Wenshu were enveloped by a silver light. Bastard! Qing Wenshu shouted in fury, but as he tried to resist, both he and Qing Er's figures were swiftly pulled toward the ghost moon well at the center of the reflection moon pool. What exactly has Xiao Yan done to reach some agreement with the Azure Ox Heavenly Wood Soul Beast? You little brat, your time of death is coming. Watching as Xiao Yan and Qing Er were sent straight into the ghost moon well by the Azure Ox Heavenly Wood Soul Beast, Yu Quan's expression turned grim, even revealing a hint of killing intent.